Hello, wealth tycoons. Have you ever thought about how the Tata Group affects your everyday life? From the cars you own to the things you use, somewhere and almost everywhere you can find traces of this brand. To know another rags to riches story, stay with us till the end of the video. Jamsetji Tata started Tata in 1868. He was a thinker who was very ahead of his time. For him, this wasn't just a business. It was about building a country. The economy was mostly colonial, with most of the money made going back to Britain since India was still a British colony. Jamsetji Tata wished that would be different. It was his goal to give India an industrial base that could stand on its own and provide jobs, education, and facilities. And boy, did he do it. What began as a small business company has grown into a worldwide power that affects not only India, but also the whole world. Tata made one of its first big moves in the steel business. In your daily life, you may not give steel much thought, but it is an important part of progress. Steel is in all the things we use every day, like the cars we drive and the bridges we cross. Tata Steel is one of the biggest steel companies in the world. It was India's first steel plant and has been going strong since 1907. In Europe, they own the biggest steelworks in the UK, which is in Port Talbot, Wales. They do business all over the world. The huge amount of infrastructure that depends on Tata Steel is almost too much to handle. Tata Steel is used to build everything from bridges and buildings to trains and roads. Tata didn't just make steel though. With Tata Power, they got into making electricity, which now lights up millions of homes in India and other places. Not only do they burn fossil fuels, but Tata Power is also a leader in sustainable energy, with projects for wind, solar, and hydroelectric power moving forward. People are becoming more aware of their carbon footprint, and Tata Power is working to make the world a better place to live. Then there is Tata Motors, a name that is always linked to new ideas in the car business. The fact that they bought Jaguar and Land Rover in 2008 is already known to you. It was not just about getting a few high-end car names. It was also about sending a message. It proved Tata was not just a small-time player. They were ready to fight on a global level. And in fact, they did. Jaguar and Land Rover have both come back to life since Tata bought them. They have released cutting-edge cars like the Jaguar I-Pace, which is all electric, and the Land Rover Defender, which is packed with clever technology. These are not just cars, they are also adventures. Their combination of luxury, speed, and a sense of excitement makes them appealing to car fans all over the world. But let's not forget about the other cars Tata Motors makes. People pay a lot of attention to Jaguar and Land Rover, but Tata Motors also makes business vehicles and cheap cars for people to drive. They're a big deal in developing markets, where millions of people depend on them to give them reliable, cheap cars. Tata Motors isn't sitting on its laurels either. They are putting a lot of money into electric vehicles, EVs, and technology that lets cars drive themselves, making sure they're at the top of the next big thing in cars. In the future, Tata might not only make cars, but also the infrastructure that makes electric and self-driving cars possible. Tata has a very big picture of the future for the company. It includes charging stations, smart towns, and integrated transportation networks. You may have heard of Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, which is one of the biggest IT services companies in the world, even if you're not in the tech business. TCS is a global giant that does everything from building software to managing IT systems to giving advice. Some of the biggest companies in the world hire them to help them deal with the challenges of the digital age. It's something they do well. TCS is regularly ranked as one of the best IT service providers in the world, both in terms of revenue and customer satisfaction. Like the wizards behind the curtain, they make sure everything works well behind the scenes, while the rest of us use our tech without giving it a thought. But what sets TCS apart is its focus on new ideas. They don't just follow trends, they make them. When it comes to AI, machine learning, blockchain, and cloud computing, TCS is at the front of the pack and helps businesses move into the future. They don't just work for big businesses, they also help close the digital gap by working with governments and nonprofits to bring technology to areas that don't have it. Tata has an impact on more than just the fields you might think. Let's look at Tata Chemicals. They make everything from industrial chemicals to consumer goods and are a world leader in the chemical business. They are also very active in the nutrition industry and make products that help people all over the world improve their health and well-being. To make the food you eat healthy and safer, Think of fortified foods, supplements, and ingredients that don't have any extra ingredients on the label. In the world's push for better nutrition and sustainability, Tata Chemicals is one of the most important companies. The UK also loves Tetley, a brand of tea. Tata owns Tetley. It's a small part of Tata's huge consumer goods business. It is through Tata Consumer Products that they own many names of food, drinks, and personal care products. Tata takes famous names and cares for them, making sure they stay relevant and loved by customers. Tetley is a great example of this. They have found the right balance between tradition and new ideas, which will keep Tetley a household name while also changing with the times to meet customer needs. Tata's dedication to social duty is one of the most impressive things about them. This company cares a lot about more than just making money. They want to make the world a better place. Tata gives a lot of its income to good causes through the Tata Trusts. These trusts fund a wide range of projects in areas like healthcare, education, and rural development. They built study centers, hospitals, and schools that have changed the lives of millions of people. The charitable work of Tata is as big as their business power. It shows that the company thinks business should be a force for good. Don't forget about Tata's forays into high-end and hotel business. It is owned by Tata and is one of the most famous hotel chains in the world. When you stay at a Taj hotel, you feel like you're in a world of pure luxury. The goal of every hotel is to provide an elegant and comfortable stay, no matter if you're in a historic building in India or a modern skyscraper in New York. One famous hotel that is known for its beautiful design and great service is the Taj Mahal Palace in Mumbai. It is more than just a place to stay, it is a place to go. Tata is involved in more than just hotels in the high-end market. Their partnership with foreign luxury brands has also taken them into the world of high-end shopping. Tata owns a piece of Titan Company, which owns Tanishq, one of the best jewelry names in India. Tanishq has grown its business around the world and now sells beautiful jewelry that blends old-fashioned craftsmanship with modern styles. Tata's move into luxury shows that they are not just interested in mass markets. They also want to please the picky tastes of wealthy people all over the world. Tata Communications is one of the biggest names in telecommunications in the world. It offers voice and internet services as well as network infrastructure. They are the unsung stars who make the internet and communications work around the world. You probably deal with Tata Communications in some way when you call someone in another country, stream a movie, or even send an email. They help everyone stay in touch with each other around the world. After reading this, you may be thinking about how Tata does all of this. How do they stay true to their values while running such a large and varied group of businesses? The answer is in the way they run their business. Tata is made up of a group of companies that work together to achieve success. Each company has its own goals and values, but they all share these beliefs. Tata can be quick to adapt to changes in the market thanks to this decentralized method, while still getting the benefits of the group's strength. Tata's success has also been helped by the way they run their business. The company has had leaders with a clear strategy who have been able to look past short-term gains and focus on long-term growth. This is best shown by Ratan Tata, who was chairman of Tata Group from 1991 to 2012. It was during his time in charge that Tata grew quickly and became more global. He was in charge of buying companies like Jaguar Land Rover and Tetley, which made Tata a truly global business. Ratan Tata is still very involved with the company, even though he has retired. He makes sure that Tata stays true to its values. The fact that Tata can change and adjust is one of the most interesting things about them. Even though they have been around for more than 150 years, they have never been satisfied. Tata is always on the lookout for new business options and ways to grow. Whether Tata is always pushing the limits of what is possible, whether it's by going into new markets, investing in new technologies, or releasing new goods. Tata, for example, is putting a lot of money into the future of transportation. They are working on technologies for electric cars, self-driving cars, and connected cars that will change the way we move. Tata Motors is already a star in India when it comes to electric cars, and they want to take their business around the world. They are also looking into new ways to make money that could change the car industry, such as ride-sharing and subscription services. Tata is also on the cutting edge of digital change. They are putting money into AI, big data, and the Internet of Things so that their goods and services are smarter and better connected. Tata Consultancy Services is at the front of the pack, helping businesses all over the world use digital tools to make their operations better. Tata isn't just thinking about the short term, they're spending in the future by focusing on ethical and sustainable business practices that will keep them successful for years to come. Tata has stayed relevant in a world that is always changing by staying true to their core values. Their business isn't just about making money, it's also about making a difference. They believe in new ideas, doing great work, and being socially responsible. They have shown that a business can be successful and do good things in the world at the same time. Tata is ready to keep leading the way in many fields thanks to its huge resources, global reach, and dedication to new ideas. They are not only making business history, but also the history of the whole world. People will continue to respect and admire them as a company, not just for what they do, but also for how they do it. Tata is not just a company, it's an institution. It's a name that stands for quality, new ideas, and caring for others. Tata has an impact on everything from steel to software, cars to chemicals, tea to telephones. They have built an empire that is both impressive and varied, and they have done it with an unwavering dedication to quality. When you drive a Tata car, drink Tetley tea, or make a call on Tata's network, you're experiencing the result of more than 150 years of hard work to make the world a better place. Of course, as Tata continues to change and grow, their influence will only grow, touching even more lives along the way. What was surprising for you about Tata? Share with us in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching the video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.